Okay, hello everyone. This is Code Time, and today we are going to discuss the editorial solution for the problem Find the Spruce from Codeforces around 639 Div 2. Now, in this problem, I have been given a 2D character array which consists of either characters star or character dot. Now, what I have to do is I have to calculate the total number of spruces. Let's see what do we mean by spruce. So basically this square small square represents a star. So a spruce is this triangular kind of a shape, or you can say kind of a Pascal triangle, but let's not get into that. Let's simply understand with the help of example. So suppose in this example we can see here this is a spruce. So this is a spruce of height 2, let's say, because it has two levels. This is the first level, this is the second level. Now we have to calculate total number of spruces in a given matrix. So let's see how to approach this problem. So the first observation of this problem is there will be total number of spruces. Let's say there are n spruces, then they will be basically each will be of height between 1 to m. What do I mean by that? Suppose a spruce can be basically, if it's starting from this middle element, then it can extend only up to the last. Basically it has to evenly spread, so this will be basically of maximum, the maximum height can be m. So this was first observation, that the height of spruces will be between 1 to m. Now second observation will be the answer will be equal to the total number of spruces will be equal to the total of each height, spruces of each height. Let's understand with the help of example. So I've taken this third test case. So in this, spruces of height equal to 1 are basically each by height 1 means it has only one level, so each star will constitute to height 1. So there are total number of 21 stars, so spruces of height 1 will be 21. Now let us see how many spruces are of height 2. So let's start with this element. So can this be of height 2? Let's see. So this is simply a height 1. Now I will basically need, for height 2 I need to basically move 1 towards its edge. Basically move one step left towards its edge, and one step right towards its edge. So this will basically be my a 2 height spruce. Similarly, this is my 2 height spruce, and so these are 2. Now this can be a 2 height spruce, this can be, and so on. So total number of height 2 spruces are 10. Similarly, a spruce of height 2 are 3. Like this is a spruce of height 3, this is a spruce of height 3, and this is a spruce of height 3. So total number of spruces are 34. Now how will I implement this? This looks like a vague approach. So let's see how basically we can implement it in an easier way. So what we can observe is, suppose I am currently at height, say this is the one height. So basically the gap between we can say, so this is a height 1. So the base of height h, basically the base of spruce of height h consists of 2 into h minus 1 stars. Let's say this is height of spruce of height 1, so it will be so its base will consist of 2 into 1 minus 1, so 1 base. This is a spruce of height 2, so its base will consist of 2 into 2 minus 1, so 3 stars, like we can see. So our main target is basically we will be moving gradually, like if it's a 2 base, then only I can check for the 3 base. If suppose this wasn't a 3 second, if this wasn't a spruce of height 2 for this element, then I would have only considered it of 1 height. So what I need to do is I need to somehow check if I can calculate this base basically in efficient way. Like if I can calculate that this base consists of 2h minus 1 in efficient way. Let's see how to do it. So for every element, what I will do is I will check its maximum height. So suppose for this element its maximum height is 3, right? Basically this is a spruce of height 3. So what I can say is this element basically consists of a spruce of height 1, a spruce of height 2, and a spruce of height 3, right? So what I'll do is I will calculate for each element, and basically I will update my answer. Now how to calculate the maximum height, that's the question. So what I can do is for checking the height I make a temporary 2D array of same size. So what I'll do is I will if suppose I have a star, I have not encountered a star, I will mark it as 0. If suppose I have encountered a star and the previous element was not a star, then I will count as, or I will mark as 1. If it was a star and previous element was also star, I will mark it as 1 plus the previous count of stars. Why I'm doing this? Suppose I am here. So what I am going to do is I am going to calculate. I know the index I and j for this element, right? Then what I'll do is I will increase my I, and I will basically what I can say. So suppose I'm calculating for this element, and so what I'm doing, I'm basically checking first the gaps. So for checking of height 2, the gap will be 2 minus 1. 2 minus basically 2 minus 1. So I have to check one row ahead and one element to the left. Similarly, one element ahead, one element to the right. And in this temporary array, basically if suppose this will be 1, this will be 2, this will be 3. So if I subtract these two elements, then this should be equal to the gap, twice of the gap, right? Let's calculate for 3, you will understand better. So the gap between for 3, the gap will be 3 minus 1. Basically this is the gap. So the base should be equal to the gap is 2, so 4. The base should be equal to 4. So what I am doing is for this element and for this element, I will subtract these temp values and I will basically get the base length of the consecutive stars, and which if it's equal to the gap, then I will basically mark my then I can say that its height is of this value. Like for this above example, the temporary array will be as follows. So you can see that suppose I calculate for the basically second height. So for this element I will basically have to move one left, one right. So 3 minus 1 equal to 2, which is twice of the gap. Similarly 5 minus 1 equals to 4, which is twice of the gap, that is 2. So let's check now let's move to the code. I hope you understand. Once you go through the code, you will be able to better understand. So this is the character array and this is my temporary array. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the input, then if it's a star, then I'm marking my temporary array as 1, else 0. These are the base cases. Okay, so basically what I'm doing is, as I said, that if I will start from the first column. That is, I'm ignoring the 0th column because there is no column to left of it. So if it's a star and its previous element was, if it's a star, if the previous element was also star, then I will basically increment this value to be 1 plus the count of stars till the previous one. Now what I'm doing is, for every element, for every ij, if it's a star, then I'm calculating its height. So this is the initial height 1, yes, and I will increment height of x as 1. Map basically stores the height, the count of heights, spruces of count of spruces of heights. So this will basically always, a star can always be of height 1 always. So I will increase. Then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to basically move uh, from this star. Let's say I was here, so I'm going to check for all the rows after it. So this is the gap, this is the gap, right? I've moved to k, so this is the gap, k minus I. Now if j minus cap is less than 0, that is, it has moved left of it, or j plus k gap is greater than equal to m, which is if it has moved right of it, then basically I have to break. Else, and one more basic condition is, uh, yeah, this is understood, that if these difference, the difference of these values g1 and g2, that is this and this, is not equal to twice of the gap, then basically I have to break. And if suppose this element and this element were not even a star, then also I have to break. So these are the base conditions, and just I'm doing is, I'm calculating the maximum height. This will give me a maximum height, number of time it will run. So if it's not equal to 1, because I've already incremented for 1, then basically I will increment all the heights and calculate the sum of all the heights. I hope you understood. I will attach the code in description. Just go through this video twice if you have some doubt. It should be clear. Thank you so much.